Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ken Lanigo and I'm going through what I call cliff notes about my life. Even though the last couple of years have been kind of hard on me, I'm still moving. So it's better than not moving, I guess. Anyway, so 2005,
We met.
we met at work. We were both working at the Research Center for Palmer College of Chiropractic. While we were dating, Anna introduced me to multiple different kinds of dance.
He introduced me to goth dancing. That was cool. I introduced him to many traditional types of dance, including Irish Killie dance. We really enjoyed that group.
Yeah. Irish Killie dance, English country dance, Scottish country dance, contra,
And international folk dance.
and international folk dance. But she's been dancing since she was a little girl.
Or longer.
Yeah. Also during that time, Anna was applying to PhD programs at different universities.
So we knew I was not going to stay in the Quad Cities for that long. My plan was to start a PhD program the following year.
Eventually, she got accepted into a PhD program in Cincinnati at University of Cincinnati, which is an Ohio State school. And she went off and got an apartment and moved to Cincinnati.
This was summer 2006 that I moved away to Cincinnati. You totally forgot to tell them when we got engaged.
I thought we already covered that.
You told them we got married. You didn't tell them when we got engaged.
So around mid-2005, we got engaged. And we knew we were going to get married, so
It wasn't mid-2005. It was 2006. We met in 2005.
Yeah.
We didn't get engaged in 2006. Anyhow, now that I've made you lose your train of thought, good luck explaining everything else. I've lost the kitten, but I still hear her purr.
Yeah, I heard too. Is she underneath us?
I think she's underneath us. I don't see her, so I don't know. Sorry. Keep talking. So I moved to Cincinnati, and what did you do?
And not long after, I moved to Cincinnati too. And the apartment she found was a cute Victorian era apartment building that had, 7 units? 6 units?
You were right, 7. It was 6 normal units and then 1 slightly smaller unit in the basement.
Yeah.
And really convenient. Like across the street from the VA and just down the street from UC on a bus route. Terrible for parking, but for other modes of transportation, it was a great location.
And before I moved, I had set up a interview date for a company in the suburbs of Cincinnati, and it didn't work out very well. I got the job, but not long after I started working there, first of all, it was a company that did quality assurance testing on replacement knee joints and shoulder joints, like made out of steel and stuff. Not long after I started working there, before I went to get food for lunch, I checked my blood sugar and took my insulin before I left. And them seeing that, they realized they might have screwed themselves because my health plan was not health insurance. The company pays for your health care. And when they saw that I was diabetic, they decided, I guess, that they couldn't afford me.
It was a very small company.
Yeah, very small. Total of 8 employees, I think. So a couple days later, I get to work, and there's someone I hadn't seen before in the boss's office. He walks out of the boss's office, the boss comes out, shakes his hand, and they do the whole "we'll be calling you" kind of thing, like he had offered him a job. He was basically interviewing my replacement already before he told me that I was let go. So then I applied for unemployment from Iowa because that was the last state I worked in. And while I was on unemployment, we got a letter forwarded from my home address in the Quad Cities from University of Cincinnati on a resume I sent them when I was still applying for jobs there. So I went to that interview and got that job too.
That one worked out better.
Yes.
Because UC had actually good health insurance.
I ended up working for University of Cincinnati for 9 years. It was a good job. I liked it there. Anyway,
We both liked our time in Cincinnati.
in that job, they had hired me to set up their motion tracking lab for their physical therapy program. It was very similar work to what I was doing for Palmer College. So I had all the experience they needed. They also needed someone with the imagination to make all of the equipment work because it wasn't all cut and dried. I had to figure it out. And that job, though, was part-time because the program couldn't afford a full-time position. After a while, I was talking to a new friend in the department about how I needed full-time so I could get health insurance. And then she talked to the dean, and the dean set up for me to work as a desktop support tech for the IT department so that I could get full 40 hours a week and get health insurance. And that worked out well for me health-wise. What was I going to say?
Not that you're saying you're healthy, but in terms of paying for the insurance. That was like the best health insurance I recall ever having.
Yeah. It was really good.